Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Abdul Qahar Sarwari, PhD researcher at University of Malaysia, Pahang. And today I want to present one part of my findings from my PhD research scheme, which is the role of English language proficiency on increase of intercultural communication competence among international postgraduate students. As we know that communication is one of the main means for enabling institutions to achieve their globalization goals, and also enable students to share their knowledge, their information. But the main means which enable students to interact or use as the means of their interactions is language. Okay. As argued by Martin Beltran, their daily interactions and conversations mirror the social skills such as language proficiency, and also outline the way that learners decide that how to use language and how to fit themselves in a multicultural environment. Previous researchers conducted many studies on the case of relationship between language and communication, language communication in higher education, language communication in higher education, and internationalization of higher education. And for almost all researchers and all scholars who focus on these areas found that language is one of the main factors that affect all the processes of interactions, collaborations, and daily activities among students from the different cultural backgrounds and nationalities at the modern higher education institutions. And also, as asserted, a good level of skill set of foreign language was identified as a significant predictor for the socio-cultural issues and academic adjustment, which argued by Yu and Shin 2012. And as argued, language proficiencies and the skills of students to use the language in the better way, especially English language, which is now the main means of communication among international students of most of the modern higher education institutions, help them to be adjusted in the new multicultural environment, and also to share their findings, their information, and their knowledge. That's why I decided to conduct a study to evaluate the relationship between the level of English language proficiency and English intercultural communication competence among postgraduate students from the different nationalities. The aim of this study was to evaluate the above mentioned issue, and also this study aimed to assess the mutual effects of English language proficiency and intercultural communication competence, how these two main variables or factors affect each other. Okay, how does the level of ELP influence the increase of the level of ICC or intercultural communication competence among international postgraduate students? What are the mutual effects of the levels of ELP and ICC on each other? These were the main research questions which led this study to be conducted. And as a theoretical framework, Pettigrew 1998, under the contact theory, has argued that as a theoretical assumption which was introduced by Pettigrew, focusing the helpful impacts of interpersonal and intergroup contacts among the communicators wanted their positive effects on their social life and daily social and intergroup activities. And also the method which I used to conduct this study was a mixed method research design. The mixed method research, which includes both of the quantitative and the qualitative data sets. And the participants of this study was 120 international postgraduate students from a Malaysian public university, and these students were belong to 17 different countries. And based on their personal agreements, 12 of them were interviewed for the qualitative section of this study. And also the main instrument which I used to collect the data was the interpersonal competence questionnaire ICQ, which was developed by Burmester et al. 1988, and the one interview protocol which included 7 open-ended interview questions. The main findings which I found from the results of both of the quantitative and the qualitative data sets of my study was that English language proficiency was as the main important factor that affects or influence daily interactions among the students from the different nationalities and cultural backgrounds. And also I found that people or students with good level of English language proficiency, they are more happy at the university campus, and also they had more successful interactions with their peers from different nationalities and different cultural backgrounds. And also my results indicated that daily interactions of students with their peers enabled them and helped them to improve the level of their English language proficiency. It means that the level of English language proficiency and the level of intercultural communication competence of the students had mutual positive effects on one another, on each other, or positive correlation. And also the quantitative results of this study illustrate that the students with good scoring IELTS and APT. IELTS and APT, the two scoring requirements for replacement at Malaysian universities, students either must have IELTS scores or APT. The students who had higher level of IELTS scores or APT, they were good in their daily communications, and also they try to improve their the level of their English language proficiency throughout their daily interactions. And also the quantitative results also showed that some significant correlations between the levels of ELP of students and some main components of interpersonal communication or intercultural communication among the students. When I analyze the data like initiation, interaction attentiveness, and interaction happiness and emotional support, these components and constructs which are the main evaluators of cultural communication among the students, all of them had positive correlations with the level of English language proficiency, and also the scoring levels of students based on the IELTS and APT. And the qualitative findings also illustrate that important effects of ELP on daily interactions among interpersonal postgraduate students, and their good levels of English language proficiency, and also good level of intercultural communication competence and daily interactions enabled them to aim or to be workers of intercultural organization in different countries, even outside of their countries in the future. As conclusion, we can say that the results of this study confirm that English language is the main means of daily interactions among postgraduate students, international postgraduate students who belong to the different countries at the Malaysian Public University, which I conducted this study. And also the results confirm that the significant correlation between the level of English language proficiency and also the level of intercultural communication competence among the students. And also based on the results, their daily interactions enabled them to improve the level of their English language proficiency, and their good level of English language proficiency encouraged them to conduct more interactions and to have more interactions with their peers from different cultural and nationalities, cultural background and nationalities at the collegiate environment. The results also indicate that persons with good level of ELP had more interactions rather than the students who had low level of interactions. Because especially based on the qualitative findings, persons reported that I tried to contact with the students from the different nationalities or cultural background to ask about their culture, to ask about their customs and social background. But because of my language problem, I cannot, I hesitate, I just wait for them to ask these things. But the students who had good level of English language proficiency, even though they had no enough experience of conducting with students from different countries, they, based on their own report, they told that we always try to find someone from other cultures, talk with them, and continue our contacts with them. Besides improving of our language proficiencies, we found the chances to get some new essential skills like cultural information, social information, and also some good communicative skills. And these were the main points which I found from this study. And thanks a lot. If there are any questions?